This one was in front of our face the whole time, guys, and somehow we all suspected, but somehow we all missed it. Back on February 18th, John Kerry met with the Hollywood moguls seeking creative ideas to counter the terrorist narrative. Immediately, it seemed like something was wrong. Something didn't make sense. Everybody was talking about the overturning of the Smith-Mundt Act and the 2013 National Defense Authorization Act, allowing the federal government to use propaganda inside the American borders against the American people. And especially considering that John Kerry went to Antarctica on election day, which is also quite bizarre. It's very interesting that we all missed the most important part of the story, which, looking back now, shows you that they were planning the propaganda of the American people to sway this election since February 18th, and it's all right there in the subtitle. The Secretary of State also weighed in on Donald Trump during his LA visit. He was already planning with Hollywood to make sure that this re-education of the American people continues. Interestingly enough, this terrorist narrative they wanted to counter, you have to wonder which terrorist it's actually for. Because according to Homeland Security, you might be a terrorist if you support the Constitution, if you're pro-life, pro-rights, anti-tax, military veteran, supports Sun Money, flag-waving patriot, supports limited government, supports states' rights, or if you're a Christian, you might be a terrorist, according to Homeland Security. And so then mysteriously, all the bigwigs of Hollywood are getting in on this election. We've all seen the video, most of the cast of the Avengers all getting together and making a video offering nude scenes from Mark Ruffalo if you vote for Hillary Clinton. And now we've got Joss Whedon, one of the best TV/filmmakers of this decade, coming out and calling for every American to do whatever they can to stop Donald Trump. And he's not the only one. We've also got Paul Schrader here, who co-wrote screenplays for things like Raging Bull and Taxi Driver, is saying that Trump's being elected is a call to violence. That's right, the liberals have using the mainstream media in Hollywood to push calls to violence because Donald Trump. Interesting. They even went so far as to get Madonna to come out and say, if you vote for Hillary, I'll give you a blowjob. But as always, they never want to tell the whole story, which always ends up getting exposed. This happened with Madonna at an Amy Schumer stand-up show in Tampa, Florida. Trump won Florida, by the way, and she almost got booed off the stage for calling him an orange, sexual assaulting, fake college starting monster. Which is quite ironic, because considering the biggest sexual predator president of our time that we've ever had is Bill Clinton. So much so that he was impeached and actually barred from practicing law because of his perjury about what he did to women during his presidency. But Amy Schumer's not the only one. As you see here on November 13th, Wanda Sykes flips off the crowd because she almost got booed off the stage, calling Trump a racist. They want you to believe that none of these protests are orchestrated and that they all happen randomly, that 5,000 people just happen to pop up together and decide to protest, even though we've got story after story documenting the busloads of people coming in from out of state to other states to propagate these protests. The media's been lying so much that the New York Times wrote a paper here to its readers saying that they would return to the fundamental mission of the Times journalism, which is to report America and the world honestly. So what they're telling you is they've been lying to you during the whole election process, but we're sorry, we'll start telling you the truth. And this was actually followed up by the MSNBC anchor who was on TV for 5 minutes apologizing to America for all of the lying mainstream media who were being cheerleaders for Hillary Clinton instead of reporting the actual truth unbiasedly. Let's not forget the head of the Democratic Party had to leave for cheating Bernie Sanders out of the election. The next person to step up in her place was sneaking the debate questions to Hillary Clinton, and all she had to say was, well, the only thing I'm sorry about is getting caught. They don't want you to see this page, the Hillary Clinton body count. John Ash of the United Nations, Seth Rich, who originally tried to get the emails from the government, Julian Assange's attorney, Ambassador Stevens from Benghazi, and so on and so forth are among the 150 people directly connected to Hillary Clinton, who've all ended up dead. You even have sites like this where they have to list Hillary's biggest scandals because there's so many of them, and half of them don't even list Benghazi or the Fast and the Furious. They want you to believe that the people who want to make this country better, they call them the alt-right, like they sound like some sort of terrorist, and the people who want to burn the streets down for supporting a woman like Hillary Clinton, they want you to call them the liberals. Now, these words make about as much sense as calling the Patriot Act a patriotic action. And this is liberal logic, so where am I boyfriend now? Or am I telling everyone this was rape? This is what they do. They use false accusations and buzzwords to try to discredit people without any facts whatsoever. And let's not forget that they will punish you if you do not follow along in line with the narrative. Let's not forget about the University of Houston student who said all lives matter over Black Lives Matter, got suspended, and got sent to diversity workshop because this is how they are brainwashing our children in the schools today. And let's not forget that one of the biggest companies in America, who's always in the news for their cups, decided to release a Stronger Together Hillary Clinton campaign cup to subliminally brainwash people into voting for her, so much so they actually put her face on the cup. And we've got spirit cooking, but this just popped up. I had to look it up. It's Marina Abramovic, and apparently she does some sort of cooking of the occult type that involves blood, knife, sperm, and honey. Kind of sounds like the Red Hot Chili Peppers blood sugar sex magic. Let's continue. So there's an email involving John Podesta. John Podesta is Hillary Clinton's campaign manager. He emailed his brother asking him if he's going to attend a spirit cooking dinner at Marina's place. She responded and said this was taken out of context and that he was just there for a bunch of people doing a Kickstarter for one of her companies. So, this super evil woman and her campaign manager are helping Kickstarter campaigns for this woman who does some type of blood sugar sex magic devil worshipping things. But apparently Donald Trump was Hitler. All this stuff doesn't seem like it could be a spiritual war, but you can't help but go back to the Bible. Jesus said, "You think that I came to bring peace to earth? No, indeed. I came to make people choose sides. A family of 5 will be divided." But it's not your fault. You're uninformed. You're a slave. Like everyone else, you were born into bondage. You're in a prison. You cannot see, you cannot taste, you cannot touch. It is a prison for your mind, and it is created by the internet and the mainstream media. I'm trying to free your mind. But I can only show you the door. You're the one that has to walk through it.